I've got this kid's bike here with some Shimano Deore brakes on them. They're a super common brake that you can find pretty ubiquitously. On my last video, for April Fools, I covered the rotor in grease as a joke to make your bike go faster and silence the squeak. Don't do that. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to clean the rotor, and we're gonna replace those brake pads and get the bike running perfect. For the Shimano Deores, there's a really small opening at the top where we would normally take out the brake pads. So for this one, we're gonna have to undo these two bolts and change it from the underside. The brakes are secured with a cotter pin that you gotta bend back first. Just grab some pliers. Kind of tricky with the wheel on, but doable. Okay. Next, grab your trusty hex key and undo these two bolts. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Take note of the position of the washer, whether it's on top or in between. Put your bolts somewhere safe. You can see the blue, that's Loctite. That's good. See all the grease? Your brakes will never look like this unless you're silly enough to cover your rotor in grease. We're just gonna slide them out now. I'm gonna have to make sure to really clean this up so that we don't contaminate the fresh pads that we put in. It's a bit of a mess. If you really wanna clean your bike, isopropyl alcohol works, but for something like this, brake cleaner and lots of shop cloths. Now I have to clean this a lot because I got grease all over this. Normally you would just need to give the rotor a wipe with some brake cleaner and your rag and you'll be good. You want to do this until your shop cloth is clean. Next step, we're going to push the pistons back in. I like to use a tire lever, a plastic one preferably if you're just going to be pushing the pistons. Another tip you can do is if you have a flathead screwdriver, which everyone does, is you can use that in between the old pads and wedge it open like that, because you're not going to be touching the pistons and you're going to be throwing away those brake pads anyway. So flathead screwdriver between the old pads, wedge it open. If you've already thrown it away, you can use a plastic thing and push on the pistons. They're flush. I've done my little pad prep technique, which is just running them underwater and rubbing them together for 20 seconds. Now we're gonna slide them back in. For these calipers, you gotta go in from the bottom here. Bottom loading ones are finicky. There you go, voila. Cotter pin goes in, goes through both pads, and out the other side. Final step, bend your cotter pin so it can't slide out. Put it over the rotor. Make sure there's Loctite on your bolts. Loctite. Make sure it's still a little bit loose. We're gonna get it 90% of the way there. Okay. Back it off half a turn. We're going to make sure it's centered on the rotor before tightening it in place. Want to make sure that your rotor's centered between the two pads. And then once it's centered, you tighten down the bolts. What I like to do is just hold the brake lever and then tighten up these screws. And that should center it. If you need to fine tune it, you can, but this is the easy way. Make sure you tighten these to the manufacturer's recommended torque so you don't strip it out. All done. If you want more of this content, make sure you subscribe. That lets me know that you like this and I'll keep making more.